Welcome to Wheelnerds. This is episode 212. I'm Todd.
And I'm Chuck.
We're going to be talking about motorcycles.
Ow.
Ow?
Everything hurts.
Yeah? What did you do? Like try to stand up too fast?
Everything sorta?
Yeah?
I sorta did do something up too fast.
Yeah?
Yeah. My lats hurt. My shoulders hurt. My mid-back hurts.
These sound like old man getting out of bed injuries to me.
My inside of my thighs hurt.
Standing up out of a chair.
My calves hurt.
Driving for more than an hour.
Closing my hands hurt.
That's weird.
My wrists hurt.
Okay. What did you do?
I did a thing over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went to San Diego.
Okay.
And me and Crash from Cafe Racer went to a motorcycle school of sorts.
I see. Well, we'll put a pin in that one. We're going to have to hear about that one later.
Okay.
Because, I was thinking that a lot of your safety techniques could use some improvement.
Ow.
Also, it could be that you're old.
So much pain.
Oh, man. It's our holiday show, Chuck.
Oh, it's the holidays.
Yes, it is.
Doesn't feel like Christmas.
No, it doesn't, because there's just not that much snow. I got my snow tires on the Bandit and everything, and well.
Yeah. I did take that last snowstorm we had. I took the Ural out, delivering cookies around the neighborhood.
Cool.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Drifting the Ural.
Yeah, it's a hoot, right? until the front plows, and you're like, this isn't the end. I want to drift.
Yeah. But no, it was good.
Cool.
Yeah. I didn't make it up a couple driveways. You don't just start doing this sideways.
Well,
my friends watching me like, did you mean to do that?
Yes.
Everything's fine.
We'll go with yes. Let me tell you that could be so much worse if you had sport rubber on. First winter with the Bandit, I didn't put knobbies on the front end right away.
Yeah.
So I had sport rubber on the front.
You
don't do that ever. That stuff gets cold, like below freezing cold.
Yeah.
It doesn't do shit.
I bet.
It's just there for looks. You break the front wheel and it's like, Turn the front wheel, it's like, fuck you.
Give me a quart of oil.
Go to hell. Hang on. Give me a quart of oil.
Good times.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I figured I would get all festive this morning. Because my wife got some USB powered lights for me, some LED lights.
Okay.
So
the little ones.
Yeah, just little USB. Yeah, powered like Christmas lights. Yeah. So I got I had the little battery that came in the Harley random shit pack from AIM Expo. It didn't it didn't have as much power as I expected, but I'm
surprised it had that much.
Wait for laugh. Continuing.
Hi Ted.
Hi Ted. So
did it only have one break?
So I plug the lights. I'm like, okay, I can plug the lights into this and it'll work fine. I'm like, okay, so I get the box and I look on the side of the box, 26 length, 26. I'm like, okay, that's I'm gonna have to wrap it around a couple times. But the sidecar is about 6 feet long, so that's 4 trips around, right?
Okay,
give or take.
Around what?
Or just the front to back of the sidecar.
Oh, okay.
6 feet back and forth 4 times, 24 feet. It's close enough, right? And I'll just throw the rest inside.
Okay.
I open up the box and I pull out some lights, and then I pull out some more lights, and then I pull out more lights. And then even more lights. The Canadian listeners have already figured out the mistake I made here, which is I looked at the side of the box and it said 26.6 long. And I was like, okay, all right. Yeah, 26.6 feet.
No. Meters? 20.
So
what kind of batteries does it take?
It just takes USB. That's the crazy part.
Oh, all right.
And it lights the whole damn strand up.
Oh, wow.
So there I am, 80 fucking feet of Christmas lights on a sidecar. I'm like,
this is amazing.
Well, I don't have enough time before work to wrap these up. I mean, because I could wrap the whole sidecar with it and just look like I'd be lit up like a literal Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I may do that tomorrow. We'll see.
I feel inspired now. I need to go do that.
Yeah. So I just I dump 70 feet of lights into the tub and covered the tonneau cover and just wrapped the rest around the top.
Would that be legal to ride around it?
The cops didn't stop me.
Okay.
No one arrested me, so.
Okay. Did I talk about my Ural thing?
No. Which Ural thing? The thing where you couldn't find the registration, or you didn't register it, or any number of other legal entanglements that you seem to have?
Yeah. So I was apparently riding it around for about a year
Well,
without a valid registration, and no one stopped me.
Yep.
I'm starting to think that when with the sidecar bikes,
they're just hypnotized by the sidecar.
right?
They're like, whoa, that was a sidecar. Was his registration good? I have no idea, man.
Was that covered in lights?
Whoa.
Was that on fire?
Yeah, you can smoke screen your. That's one way to go. You smoke screen your license plate. That works well.
Oh my God! Next year, one of us has to do the headless sidecar rider.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the flaming pumpkin head
in the sidecar.
Yes,
nice. I thought this year I was considering, like, do I get a Santa and put Nick? Some of the sidecar guys do that. I was thinking what I actually really want is a Christmas tree.
In the sidecar?
There's just I had the tree in it before.
Yeah, you carried one in it.
Yeah, but I got a fake tree now, so whatever.
Yeah.
But a small fake tree that I could like stand up in the sidecar
and drive around
and have like driving around with it riding next to me.
Tinsel and the garland.
Oh yeah, with just like shit on it and lights and everything. Like I think that'd be sort of cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, 80 fucking feet of lights. So if you, I gotta say, if you're looking to light up a bike, this will light it up.
I bet. Oh my God, I gotta do that to your own now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. Well, and you plenty of power for them. I mean, if they're running off of a stupid little USB bank, like
yeah,
and it's really easy to turn them off then because you just unplug them.
Yeah, and I got the accessory plugs in the sidecar, so.
Yeah, the hardest part, honestly, was like getting away from it while wearing the Aerostitch suit and my helite vest, because of course, at least one loop of that thing was fucking caught on me. I start walking away. I'm like, God damn it!
Empty crushed oil can bounces off of you.
Clank! Give me some more oil, shithead!
That's fucking awesome.
Yes. Yeah, the Bandit as oil shotgunning frat guy really just fits the bike so well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what else holidays bullshit you got?
Holiday bullshit. So I found your gift for me last year, and I had 2 days to use it, so I had to really quickly come up with something. But I was like, okay, I love Aerostitch gloves.
Okay.
And so I'm going to get some of the insulated ones they have. Because they have the elkskin gloves that are insulated with merino wool.
Yeah.
So I get them the same size I usually get. And if you're thinking of getting these, so take a look at these gloves on my hand. No one can see this, but they look about right?
Yes.
Like about the right length?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the problem. The liner is very thick, and
so no.
So I literally was riding home like having to squeeze as hard as I could to overcome the gloves. So I'm going to return them for better ones, but you got to try these things on, okay?
All right.
So these aren't like the Thinsulate gloves in a crappy one. These are the nice elkskin gloves, which I love from Aerostitch.
Oh, Jesus.
With the merino wool liner.
I feel like O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, I know. It's totally the OJ effect getting into them, right? Like the liner adds so much bulk, but feel how like
they are
soft that is inside.
Yeah.
It's amazing, right?
But yeah, you're right. It's hard to do
anything.
You just don't
like you just have big sausage fingers.
I do not want to. I can't imagine wrapping these around a handlebar.
Dude, my hands ache from it. So you talk about yours aching from wheelies. Mine ache from those gloves.
I just don't want to. I'm sorry. You must have quit.
Yep. But like, so if you're thinking of ordering these, order a size up. That's what I'm going to go do. But how good does that liner feel? And I got to tell you, riding along, I was not cold at all. Like I'm colder in my heated gloves.
Do you have the over mitts over?
Not this year. I had crappy over mitts, and I've just been lazy and haven't put them on yet.
Okay.
Mostly because getting them over the bar end mirrors on the Bandit is kind of bitchy.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Hit it. You fucking bastard. But
yeah, whatever.
All things in their time. So far, so good.
Christmas is kind of a dead time for me.
Yeah.
Because my parents died.
Yeah. So you don't have siblings.
I don't have siblings.
And you got the one kid.
I got the one kid.
So she comes over, but that's.
I mean, like tomorrow's my mom's anniversary, and then a couple days after that, it's my dad's. So, it's not the most festive. Joys.
No, I can imagine.
So,
well,
but I do see you're drinking your Christmas present from Roe.
Oh, yes. I'm drinking my Christmas present from Roe. It turns out if you want to get really fancy coffee from Roe, all you got to do is give him an old helmet. Yeah, I loaned him my carbon fiber helmet when we were in AIM, and I warned him. I'm like, you're not going to want to give it back. He's like, yeah, whatever. It'll be a big deal. He wears it. He's like, get it back. So I need some beer. But yeah, so this is the Coffee House Milkshake Stout, which is from Rochester Mills Beer. So I had the blonde coffee house that came with it before, that also came with this. That one was really good. That one was like a little bit sweeter and had like a little more of the sweet coffee flavor.
Yep.
This one's like a richer coffee. It's not quite as good, but it's still pretty darn good.
So it's a coffee flavored beer?
It's coffee flavored beer.
All right.
Which, if just for the record, if we're keeping track, this is about as taut as it gets.
Yeah.
Like if it had a picture of a sidecar on the side of it, it's fucking done. We hit all the high points right there. A sidecar with a Labrador in it on the side, and we're done. It's all over.
All right.
So,
Ro also sent me a Christmas present.
Yeah, what did he send you?
He sent me let me bring it up here. A Goku model from Dragon Ball.
Ooh, fun. A 1/8 scale Goku that you can pose.
Yes.
Fun.
Well, first I have to build it.
You have to build it?
Yeah, it's from the same company that makes all my Gundam models.
You have a Goku Gundam?
I have a Goku Gundam now.
Everyone who doesn't watch anime is like, fuck, it's a Goku.
But it's just Goku, yeah. It's just a guy from Dragon Ball, yeah. I have to build it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that hits all of my check boxes.
All the check boxes. So the trick is, if you're ever in a Secret Santa situation and Ro is going to be your possible Secret Santa, make sure you arrange that. Like cheat. Because he's really good at picking gifts.
Put all your names in that.
Yeah, put your name in all. Ro. And no matter what you pull out, you say, I got Ro.
Someone's like, that can't be possible. I got Ro. No, you didn't. Shut up.
Come here.
You got nothing.
Biff.
You're fired. Also, I since I'm looking at the coconut bra, I have to say hello to auxiliary Wheelnerd Melinda, because she's in Hawaii right now for Christmas.
Oh, so smug.
Right?
So very smug.
She's posting nothing but pictures of her in Hawaii.
Do you see my fancy pin, by the way? I joined the Vespa Club of America.
Oh, you did? Let me see.
You get it. Fancy
Can I hold
little.
it?
Yes, you can hold it. It's fancy. And you get a proper patch.
I should have brought my reading glasses.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. I think there's some on the desk here someplace.
Is the one for the number?
The one is for the number of years that you've had.
So it's like the AMA.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like the AMA, but way hipper. Oh, and you get a patch.
The patch is
like a really cool patch, actually.
Why does it have a bee on it? Or is that a hornet?
Because Vespa literally means wasp.
In
Latin and in Italian and in most Romance languages.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, no one cares about your white language.
Yeah, I thought it was
like,
it was
Vespa
really neat.
Literally means wasp. Well, fuck you.
Well, let me check the fuck you list. Oh, that's on here. What do you know? Have a nice day. Yeah, so I thought that was really neat. Because the United Sidecar Association, which, Chuck, do you know where the U.S. Sidecar Association's shindig is next year?
Idaho.
Fucking Idaho. We are so there.
I'm good with that. When?
Yeah. It's near the end of July.
End of July. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll stick it on the calendar.
We are all over that shit.
I'll just set off a day ahead of you.
And I'll just go by you like you're standing still. What was that? Was it blue? I don't know. I couldn't actually see it. It was a phantom.
I'll have an oil can dangling on a stick.
Give me that shit. Click, 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 click. Later, fuckers. Clunk.
It does be done, yeah.
Crunch, clang. Bitches.
Yeah, that fits you.
Yeah.
That bike's definitely you.
It's got that it just gives off that vibe.
Yep.
The whole Gen 2 oil eaters all give off that vibe from Bandit. All the bandits. So though, one thing I was thinking about for a really nice Christmas decoration, what if I took the derelict Strom, which has no tank, no seat, no underseat storage, no battery compartment, no much of anything. It has parts of an engine.
A frame and wheels.
Yeah, parts of an engine. Rolled it out in front of the house and put the Christmas lights on it as a decoration. Do you think I could get another angry letter?
Maybe. I don't think it would be like that angry dragon letter.
Yes, if you haven't seen the angry dragon letter that's going around, go look.
That one's hard to beat.
Yeah. Go look up the angry dragon letter and see if you can notice any similarities to my toilet letter.
But yeah, I approve of this idea.
It seems like a really good decoration.
You just like get like another fake tiny Christmas tree and just jam it through the front.
I was just gonna put the lights on the bike. That's good, right? I'll take good care of the front wheel. Trevor. Wheelnerd listener Trevor has laid claim to the front wheel. He's like, I could really use that for a project. I'm like, okay.
For a project.
I figure what I'll do is I'll extract I'll get, for really valuable parts, I'll see if I can extract some work from people to help me get it on a trailer and take the rest to the boneyard.
I've got a trailer.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a trailer. When did you get a trailer?
Like about a week and a half ago.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pull it with the Subi. It's a little 5 whatever bike. It'll carry a bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially one that's on its side.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, we're going to the junkyard.
Woohoo.
Clank. Hey, if we're there, we can talk to Bill, who owns the boneyard on the west side.
Okay.
He's supposed to be cool as shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're all over it.
Fucking A.
Boneyard trip for the wheel nerds. In the meantime, let's go shopping.
Shall we?
Ah.
Mini crotch rocket, not pocket bike.
Oh, I was going to say, is it a pocket bike?
It's bigger, does work.
Oh, okay.
$400.
Thanks for setting me straight.
Selling a super bike crotch rocket for youth bike is not perfect, but it's okay. Does run and drive, though. My son lost the key. I was able to hotwire to make it work.
Not stolen.
Bike goes about 45 miles an hour, needs some TLC and maybe a carb clean since we have not used it for over a year.
Runs like absolute shit.
It is electric start, has a horn and lights and turn signals.
Not all attached.
Asking $400 cash.
But can be talked down to $3. I love the code, right? Like need some TLC and maybe a carb clean. That's like code for doesn't fucking run. Seriously.
This
have you ever
picture is like an optical illusion to me.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like two different bikes side by side.
Or like they have a really wide angle lens because the top of the bike looks sort of largish.
Yeah.
And the bottom looks really teeny.
To me, it's like the tank and the wheel, the red parts, look like a different bike behind that black bike.
I think there's a very good chance that's actually the case here. I'm just going to say that. So most of the bike is like primer black.
Yep. And that tank does not look healthy.
No, the tank does not look healthy. It's got the squarest motherfucking back wheel you've ever seen. And I say this as a man with an actual square back wheel.
And it's tiny.
Yes. And it is teeny tiny. It is a little wheel. It's like one of the
Oh my God, that front.
Wow, the front is okay. So I'm developing a theory. A theory is coming together, Chuck. Look at how well the plastic fits.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is plastic they got out of a junkyard from another bike.
Todd?
Stuck it on to make it look fast.
Todd?
What?
Everything in this picture came out of a junkyard.
Well, okay.
And got stuck on. See that porch? That came out of a junkyard.
Okay, all right. The siding on the house.
See how there's an electric cord that goes in through the front door? That ain't normal.
I see where you're going with this. Yes. Okay. That's fair. Everything came out of okay. You win this round, Chuck.
They're running that yellow power cord is running the entire house and it's going to their neighbors.
Oh my God. My favorite part about this,
it's not going to their neighbors. It's going to a generator up front.
No, it's the air compressor. Yeah, there's a generator and an air. Wow, this is one of those pictures where the things in the foreground are less interesting than the background.
Yes. Are those zip ties?
Oh yeah, those are zip ties. Yeah, they're holding the plastic onto the handlebars.
Duh.
Possibly, and I say possibly, like I don't know for sure.
Uh-huh.
It's possible they're holding the triple trees together.
I think it is. Yeah, yeah,
just a little, right? Like I mean, not like a lot holding the triple trees together.
There isn't a lot holding triple trees together. Let's be honest.
But just like kind of holding the triple trees together. I also like the fact, and this is my favorite bit, the triple trees on this bike are not symmetrical. I just want you all to stop for a second and picture that. Imagine looking down at the triple trees of your bike, and they're not symmetrical.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I hope you like right turns.
Well, we don't have to worry about that, because in order to do a right turn, you would need to go.
Oh, right. Duh. Well, no, Chuck, it just needs some TLC and maybe a carb clean.
and a key.
Yeah, well, and a key. You know, but details, Chuck. You got to see the potential in this bike for it. You could. Okay, so
goes about 45 miles an hour in a trailer.
Yeah, like
in
rolling
the back of Zach's truck,
rolling down a hill. Wow.
I want to see that front end again because that's just amazing.
Let's enjoy the front end together for a moment.
Wow.
Yep, that is not at all matched to the rest of the bike. Can you imagine though?
that
just
grill.
No, I want you to share in the joy for a moment. Imagine you are the person who owns whatever piece of shit is underneath there. You know, like some AutoZone shit pile bike, right?
Uh-huh.
And imagine you go to a junkyard and you find the fairing from an actual kind of nice looking bike, sort of. And you're like, oh my God, I can pick this up for like $20 and I will look super cool. Think of the joy. Think of the soul filling joy that person must have felt. That was a good day, Chuck. It was a good day.
But then they got arrested by the cops for meth.
Details, Chuck. Come on.
You know what this bike is waiting for?
Blah, blah, blah needs a key, maybe stolen.
You know what this bike is waiting for?
More meth?
Nope. This bike is waiting for Shia LaBeouf to show up to buy it so it can transform into a fucking robot.
Nope. Not seeing it.
This is Bumblebee's first disguise.
Bumblebee's been, speaking of Bumblebee and meth, holy shit.
Yeah, this is Bumblebee's methed out cousin's first disguise.
Bumblebee hit rock bottom in this picture.
He's doing tricks for $5.
It happened. Oi. All right, we can do better. Ooh, Gucci's. 2002 Moto Guzzi V11 Scura.
A what?
$1,700.
What does Scura mean?
Fuck if I know.
Come on, Mr. Language person.
I'm reading this.
Tell me what the Scura
I'm reading
means.
an ad here.
What does it mean in your romance languages?
It means looks cool. This is a super nice Guzzi. All the kinks and imperfections worked and remedied. She's a good bike. Selling because my body does not fit the riding posture. It does look fairly aggressive. Here is a list of changes done.
Don't contact me?
No, Chuck. Let me read the list of changes done. He gives here is a list of changes done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
it's right there in the ad. Here's a list of changes done. Period. Ad ends. EOL. Fiend.
Okay.
I guess he didn't change anything.
But he said all the kinks and imperfections worked and remedied.
Maybe he like tightened some bolts. You know, like maybe okay. Oh, okay. All right. Maybe the exhaust flange bolts like had jiggled out. Like the Bandit does that occasionally. It just does other.
But wouldn't you list that?
No. It's just one of the kinks and imperfections.
It's not a change.
The bolt is tightened.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's a list of changes done.
Why does your mouth keep moving?
I'm listing the changes done. It's clear right there in the ad, Chuck.
It's I think someone hit enter too soon.
I'll be honest, for $1,700.
You don't care?
No. Honestly, the motorcycle carp that is Todd would see this and be like, nope.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. You don't care. You're like, nope. Incomplete ad, don't care.
Incomplete ad. I'm going to show up and be like, oh gosh, well, you didn't list anything in the ad. Tell you what, I got $1,400 cash on the barrel, and he'll be like, well, I can't sell it for that much. How about 15? I'll be like, okay, I had no idea you would say that next. Done.
And then he'd be like, well, hold on.
Arrivederci.
How about this other trashy bike for $400? And then methed out Bumblebee comes rolling and getting pushed in.
Nope. Even Todd the motorcycle carp has his limits. Even a carp sitting on the muddy bottom of a scummy, cloudy pond sees something's going down, and the carp's like, fuck that. No fucking way. I'm going over here. Oh, what's this? A bit of dead thick. Gulp. Oh, capital. Ooh, look at that. A dead mouse. Gulp.
So the van door at the underground economy just closes.
I like to think of myself as swimming along just above the edge of the shadow economy, looking for the things that are drifting down from the sunlight zones of the motorcycle ocean that I can go. Oh.
And Bumble Method just dropped like an anchor.
Just dropped right past. Just watching it go.
Leaving a trail.
Bubbles. Well, there goes another one. But this one, no. If this was down the road, I would already own this.
Where is
this
that?
would already be in the garage.
Greenville. It's in like North Carolina.
It's way fucking far. Yeah. No, if this was down the road, I'd already own this shit. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
I'd change the bars out in a heartbeat.
Uh-huh.
He's like, the position is no good. I'm like, the position does not look that fucking aggressive. The problem is he's got these stupid ass broomstick bars on it.
Yeah.
You know, throw a pair of the further back bars like I've got on mine.
Yep.
On the Bandit.
Yep.
Be fine.
Yep. All right. What else we got?
Moving up market. Read the ad, Chuck. Good. Read the ad, Mr. Brewer.
Honda BTX Retro 2007.
Aye.
4,750.
Found in
Merle's Inlet.
Merle's Inlet, home of the pirate bars.
After me much consideration and pondering, I'm selling me 2007 Honda BTX Retro. My work has me driving too much now, and I do not foresee that changing much. So instead of letting this bike sit in me arbor, I have decided to find it a new home. It's been mine since 2010 when it only had just over 1,000 miles on it. And so I'm familiar with
Excuse me. No, back the fuck up.
1,000 nautical miles?
Thank you. Proceed.
Nautical miles. I'm familiar with all the bike's history and maintenance. I can even tell you some really cool stories.
Sea stories.
Sea yarns.
Arr.
Cool yarns.
Arr.
You interested over a mug of grog? I've religiously changed off fluids ahead of scheduled maintenance intervals, including old engine transmissions.
Mains, tops, royals, stumsels, beams.
Fluids, tires, details, new in 2016.
Arr.
Wow, this is a really long ad.
The ad is long as
so
shit.
much. Okay, let's get to this part. The trunk.
No, and
Huh?
comes with.
Cause where?
Start here.
Ye old custom Jolly Roger tank badges.
Arr.
Memphis Shades windshield, and
Very
last but not
tyrannical.
least, the pirate ship trunk.
Fucking pirate ship trunk.
This trunk is a one-of-a-kind piece custom made for this bike. It was designed to provide roomy storage while transforming the bike into a one-of-a-kind eye-catching machine that was used as a fundraiser to
Booty.
board the innocent on multiple occasions.
Yes. So the trunk bolts on directly over the factory light spender and tag holder and features LED taillights and turn signals. Oh my God, this trunk, Chuck.
It is the back
It
of
is
a
the
pirate ship.
fucking poop deck and aft castle of a fucking pirate ship that he has attached to the rear of his bike.
And it looks amazing.
And it is amazing.
And it comes off clean.
It comes off cleanly with the
Oh my
detail of this
God.
thing. The detail of this ass end.
Wait,
of
what? Go to the front again?
he's got a figurehead for the front with boobies.
It is a pirate ship.
It gets better. He's got the pirate ship back. He's got storm lanterns for his front extra lights.
Yeah.
This thing is
It's
like
a pirate ship.
our friend Steph, who likes pirate stuff, is going to see this. She's going to be like, "Well, I don't like cruisers, but I guess I do now." Sorry,
Too late.
Steph. Nope, we're done here. Yeah, so like the bike is actually legitimately looks pretty well kept.
Yep.
And is the most
Prepare to be boarded, you
Wait.
scurry dogs.
Wait, is that? Oh, those are lights.
Yeah, those are the
those
brake
be lights.
lights.
Okay, those are storm lanterns. Oh.
Prepare to be
Oh.
boarded. You know what this is? Go back to the side picture.
Mm.
This is the Arcadia
You know,
from Space Pirate Harlock.
kind of does.
Paint it green. And that is the Arcadia.
Yeah, I think it's pretty great as is.
That is
actually.
awesome.
Yeah. Wow, man. And he's got a little trunk that's a little chest. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
The only thing he's really missing is if I were to have the one gripe, I really wish the grips were like round, ball-ended, like, like from a ship's wheel.
Sure. He
That would be
only
great.
wants less than $5,000 for it.
That's the thing that fucking blows my mind is that trunk, I guarantee you, is probably worth $5,000. Like, that trunk is and it's not just like a shitty, like, fake pirate thing. Like, somebody who actually knows how to build shit clearly made this trunk.
It looks so good.
It looks so good.
It looks real good.
Really good. With these locks, he's got these cool, like, pirate style locks on his
authentic old school locks.
God, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
the
cannons.
It's got
cannons.
cannons.
Oh God, I'm calling him now. It's in Charlotte. That's near my dad's house.
Oh my God.
Dad, I need you to go buy this pirate bike. My dad will be like, you can't have it back. It's boat themed. No coxman can say no to the boats.
Oh man. 12,000. It's only got 12,000 miles on it.
It's amazing. I wonder how it rides with that big ass thing on the back.
Who the fuck cares?
That's true. Actually, you make a compelling argument. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? Oh my God, that just looks so nice.
Just incredible.
Yeah.
Like I'm frankly amazed that it hasn't sold. And B, like, that it's that cheap.
Yeah, there's got to be a trap.
There's something.
It's
here.
cursed.
There's a. You walk up and they like, we be stealing your kidneys.
There's actual like pirate ghosts involved.
That it could be. Yeah, it's actually cursed, and there's pirate ghosts, and like
it's fully cursed.
100% cursed.
Johnny Depp will end up following you around. That's got to be annoying as fuck.
The only possible explanation. I mean, okay, the money for the bike is not out of whack. It's even like a little bit high for a 2007 VTX, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's a really well kept one, and it has that thing on the back.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
And it carries throughout the whole bike. He's got the Jolly Rogers on the side, the lanterns, the
figurehead. Okay, I got to tell you, the one thing I'm looking at this, I feel like maybe my life isn't complete enough without a figurehead now.
On the Bandit.
Probably not a naked lady figurehead.
No, I can't imagine what the Bandits would be.
I was thinking like an angry samurai.
An angry samurai. Okay.
Yeah.
I just picture like a curled middle finger.
Yeah, that could work too on the Bandit. That wouldn't really be out of place. That would sort of just go right
Maybe
on there.
Maybe a fist holding a crushed oil can.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a big metal fist holding a crushed oil can.
Yeah,
I think that would be good.
Yeah, I think figureheads are something that we're really lacking on our bikes right now.
Yeah, I mean, only Indian kind of does it.
Yeah,
I'm
saying we're behind the 8-ball here.
We need to do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a huge problem, Chuck.
Oh my God,
when you get
that bike is awesome.
It's so freaking cool. Go look at it before it sells.
That is amazing.
Unbelievable. And our friend Steph, who it turns out is a woman who owns motorcycles, now represents 19% of the motorcycle owning population. Not Steph specifically. Missy probably is more like that.
Yeah, so almost 1 in 5.
Yeah, which is cool. That is an improvement. There was everybody's like got these big stories like, oh, now women riding motorcycles, and you'll forgive me for saying so. Broads are riding motorcycles. Broads. Yeah, I'm like, good.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, well, it's funny because so many of the news outlets are like, who knew? It's like,
who knew girls? Who knew the problem riding?
Yeah.
Isn't your boss a woman?
Yes.
The motorcycle training. Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't she like a tiny little?
Yeah. The two motorcycle training school directors that I know are both women.
Weird.
Weirdest thing. Yeah.
Weird.
Huh. Go figure.
I'm all for it.
Yeah. Heck.
We got 2 motorcycle women wheel nerd.
Yeah. 2 of our auxiliary wheel nerds. Wheel nerds is up to 40%.
Yeah.
If you count all the auxiliaries. So, go us. We're ahead of we're leaders.
We're leaders
in the industry.
We're ahead of the curve.
We're leaders in the industry. We're leaders directly to the oil rack. Hang on. Suck. Crunch. Toss.
Once again, wheel nerds blaze away.
Away.
The wheel nerds are there.
Wheel nerds, we're already here when you arrived.
With our pirate bike.
We knew you'd be coming this way.
Give us your booty.
Give us all your 10W40. The bandits, she be hungry. We're feeding this beast before we go home, lads. When the sump is full, then we go home. Back to Halifax, where the rum is cheap.
I like this idea.
Mm-hmm. This seems solid.
Uh-huh.
Totally solid. But hey, I got to tell you though, when we were at the Suzuki thing, I was a little sad that the Bandit was no longer a thing.
Oh, yeah. I
Maybe
couldn't
sad.
tell, but the way you were glomped onto the V-Strom.
Well, the V-Strom was pretty great too. But I was a little sad the Bandit wasn't the
There was
thing.
a little suction noise when you sat on it.
Yeah. Well, and you really like the Hayabusa.
I did. I bought one.
Yeah,
right?
you love the Hayabusa.
I mean, it's been around.
What was the bike you were really into before the Hayabusa?
the Buell?
Yeah,
Yeah, Buells. I really like the Buells.
I'm sensing a trend, Chuck.
I don't know what you're talking
A troubling trend, Chuck.
about. I'm sure I don't know what you're talking
Well, the thing is that they're not making Buells anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Buell went down,
mhm.
and I tried to buy an EBR.
So here's the other thing.
They stopped making that.
They're not making the Hayabusa anymore.
But it's a
Chuck,
long storied line.
Chuck, you killed the Hayabusa.
No,
Do you know how many Billies are going to be sad because of you? They're going to cry themselves to sleep.
no.
You killed the Hayabusa, Chuck.
No.
Do me a favor. Never like Stroms.
I was actually thinking of starting a side business.
Oh, of killing bikes people don't like.
No. Not killing bikes you like.
Oh, I see. Hey, that's a really nice model of bike you got there.
Be a shame if something were to happen to it. You like Stroms, I hear.
So, if you like a particular bike, make sure to send Wheelnerds payments to make sure Chuck doesn't buy one.
Hate to see something bad happen to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I hear Ted really likes Harleys. Ted.
Hello, Ted.
Be a shame if something were to happen to the company.
Hey, Chuck, did you see that new Fat Bob?
Oh, it's really nice. It looked pretty nice in my garage, don't you
Heritage.
think?
I hear good things about Heritage Softails.
Yeah, I think there's an empty spot in my garage.
It'd be a bummer if they stopped making those, though,
It
wouldn't
would
it?
be a bummer. Harley's had kind of an off year. Be a shame if something happened to the whole
Sad
company.
people.
P.O. Box 902045, Sandy, Utah 84090.
We're gonna have so many tacos. So plans for the coming year. We got to get up to the sidecar thing.
The sidecar thing, yeah.
I want to make it to AIM again.
Columbus.
I'm trying to figure out a way to make it. Columbus is a bigger pain in the ass by far,
Sure, yeah.
but I'd love to get out there again. Anything you really want to do next year?
I don't know.
One thing I do want to do that we did not do this year, because like you and Claire went through the kids phase where you're just like kid. That's all you have time for ever.
All the kids.
And you came out the other side of it right as I was having kids.
Right, yeah.
I'm coming out the other side. It's time to get out on a proper ride again.
I'd be down for that, all three of us.
Yeah, preferably not freezing our asses off this time.
By Fish Lake.
Yes, let's not camp somewhere where it's 10 degrees at night and the elk walk through your tent. The elk are like, hey, got any food in there? Fuck off, elk.
Well, we were the only three people in that entire campground.
Mhm.
That could have been a hint.
It may technically have been closed.
For the season.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but it was nice of them to leave all their wood at the camp host master.
Yes, for others to enjoy.
Yeah, maybe I'll have a bike that won't break down.
That'd be great, actually. I would like for us to go on a motorcycle trip and for nothing to fucking break. Or at least just have it be like something amusing and innocuous.
And easily fixed.
Yeah,
It
like
doesn't require a trip.
if we have to duct tape a case closed because someone stole your underwear again, fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yes. No catastrophes.
No catching on fire.
No.
Though that was kind of innocuous, actually.
You may be the first person in the history of the world who has ever described their motorcycle catching on fire as innocuous.
You know my history.
This is true, actually. Comparatively speaking.
Comparatively speaking.
It did not involve calling me in the dark to come get you, which is an improvement.
It didn't require a trailer.
No, it didn't require a $1,000 tow truck ride anywhere.
Nope. I just was able to continue on my way.
You proceeded.
Yes.
Yes.
So it was innocuous.
So catching on fire by Chuck standards is indeed innocuous.
Completely.
Although your clothes really have a rough life on your motorcycle trips. I was just thinking about this. Remember, kids, don't be Chuck's clothes on a motorcycle trip.
Tell me again what kind of bike you want to buy, Todd?
Guzzi?
Yeah, Guzzis.
Yeah.
Be a shame if something were to happen to them.
Shit.
They're an awfully nice company.
Oh, no, not again.
Small little niche company.
No.
Couldn't possibly anything bad happen to them.
Oh, God. Chuck, I need to distract you. So tell me about dank wheelies.
Dank woolies. So yeah, Crash and I went to a wheelie school this past weekend. Wheelie school.
Apparently that's a thing.
That is a thing.
I did not know that.
And here we are talking all about it.
Okay, so it's the day after wheelie school that me and Crash went to. Mm-hmm. Crash is here. Well, I'm at Crash's place.
Yes, we are here.
We are here.
At my house.
It is Sunday morning-ish. And,
yeah, for a little bit longer. It'll be morning.
I hurt.
Yeah, me too. I didn't expect... I mean, like, you've done accidental wheelies. I've done a couple of accidental wheelies.
Yeah.
And, they didn't hurt. But apparently when you do, like, probably 100 of them or more, the landings kind of hurt.
More than that, I think while you were out doing your rotation, which we'll get to, the guys were talking that were in the class, and one of them had said he had worked out the math to, it's like, for the cost of the class, we're paying $2 a wheelie attempt.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
So like
that's like 250 wheelies or something.
Yeah,
like
250 to 300 wheelie attempts. Wow. And that's assuming you only do 2 attempts per pass.
Yeah, and there were some where you could get 3 in if you...
Yeah, I was trying to do 3.
Yeah, if you got the first one started early enough and you botched it, then you had time to do 2 more maybe.
Yep. All right, so let's start at the beginning.
Yeah, so we signed up a few months ago for wheelie school.
I had propositioned you.
Yeah, and I had thought about it in the past, and you mentioned it. I was like, oh shit, we should do this. Yeah, definitely, we're doing it.
Yeah, it's in San Diego. It'd be an excuse for me to come out. You already live here.
Yeah.
It was kind of pricey, but
yeah,
it's like, well, it could be fun.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it was worth the money. At first, I was like, man, this is a lot of money to be laying down for a day of doing one thing.
Right. It sounds just kind of silly when you just, oh yeah, I'm going to go to school and learn how to do a wheelie.
Yeah.
And, I almost kind of had visions in my head of like dudes in tank tops and sandals, and like there'd be a cooler of beers, and it's like, all right, bros, let's do this.
Yeah, a lot more like bro culture kind of.
Yeah, very bro culture.
But it wasn't.
No.
At all. So we get there, and it's done at a drag race track.
Yep.
So you're using like the overrun area on the drag track.
Yep.
And we're pulling up, and there's a guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah, the first thing we see is the dude in a wheelchair.
There's an instructor in a wheelchair, and we're like,
this is not going well. Yeah, but there's a bunch of dudes standing around a dude in a wheelchair, because it started at 8:30.
Yeah, we were not late.
We weren't late.
Everybody else had kind of already gotten there, and
so he was just like talking.
Yeah. It turns out he can walk. The wheelchair is a demonstration device.
Yeah, which Crash fell immediately in love with.
I did, yeah. And you fell.
You
because
dropped me.
I dropped you.
You dropped me. You were supposed to be spotting me. Okay, so let's start with the wheelchair.
Yeah.
The idea with the wheelchair was he wanted us to get in the wheelchair and wheelie the wheelchair to like learn to balance and to get over the fear of falling over backwards.
Yeah, to kind of get your brain used to that sense of being right at the edge of balance. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so he encouraged us to use the wheelchair during the whole day, which we were doing. And at one point, crash was spotting me.
Yeah.
And didn't watch me at all as I went over backwards.
I tried to catch you, but like
you tried nothing. The best part of me ran down your leg.
Yeah, all of you.
And landed on your foot.
Yes.
That's what you did. You cushioned part of me landing on the ground with your foot.
With my foot. Thankfully, it wasn't like a hard fall. It was just like a rather
slow motion fall.
Yeah,
because I was still holding onto the wheels as I went over backwards. So I just couldn't get myself
enough,
upright.
Yeah, like torque to get yourself back up.
Yeah, but the wheelchair was a lot of fun.
It was. Yeah, I ended up spending a decent amount of time like during the times that I wasn't on the bike, just kind of like trying to balance the wheelchair.
And you're the one that broke it, right?
Yeah, I mean it had like zip tie stitches when we got there, like holding up the back of the seat. Yeah,
and you tore through it finally.
And yeah, they gave out while I was in it.
Every time I turned around, you were like doing a wheelie on the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did it a lot.
And you were really good doing wheelies.
That was unexpected.
You were like, I think right up there with the dude who had been there 3 times.
Yeah, that other guy had been there like 3 times, and I felt like we were on a similar level. Like I think he could do a little better than me, but like I was surprised. I didn't expect to be that like comfortable doing it.
Yeah, you were rocking it.
The way that device works is really cool. I mean, the guy that runs the course is really trying to protect his like intellectual property in terms of like not telling you exactly how it works.
Right. So like the main thing you get when you go to this wheelie school is he's designed a device that's kind of like a wheelie bar. It looks like it started life as a wheelie bar.
Yeah.
But it's hooked. It's got an electronics package that measures the angle and it hooks into the motorcycle's ECU, and then it's got like a hard mechanical linkage to the rear brake.
Yeah.
So that as you go up, the bike won't let you flip over.
Right, yeah. So it'll kind of like
reduce power.
Yeah, it reduces power if you get too high, and then if that system fails, then you've got the brake.
The rear brake pulling you down.
Yeah.
So he's got that. He's got a ramp that we could all, he put the bike up on at an extreme angle, and we were all getting comfortable there.
Yeah, I mean, you basically think like a motorcycle loading ramp that's on like stilts in the front, so that it gets the bike at this really high angle, so you can kind of be like, oh, this is what it's going to feel like when I'm in a wheelie. Yeah.
And he's teaching you like how the balance point and stuff. I mean, the guy was, he was like a former stunter.
Yeah, he was a former stunter. But he's one of those guys that like kind of like you or I that like loves all aspects of motorcycling.
Yeah.
He wasn't. There was no like dude bro.
There wasn't any dude bro. Dude was very professional.
Yeah, both the instructors were very professional and like. It was really good.
He could, I think, if he hasn't taught at MSF, he's taught at some kind of training because he was very proficient. And his whole message of like using the wheelie as a way to like get closer to the bike and get more finesse in your controls and stuff. It was like a whole angle I hadn't even thought of. Like I was just like thinking the dude bro stuff with the wheelies, but he's talking more about getting finer tuned with your motorcycle skills. Yeah,
like that. Basically, the wheelie as a tool, not so much the wheelie as a hold my beer.
Right.
Let me show you this cool thing I can do. Like the wheelie as a like method of teaching a lot of control. Like the rear brake, for example. He went on a whole spiel at the end of the thing about about like focusing on your rear brake, because you can get a lot of value out of your rear brake that most people don't.
Right.
And so like really like fine tuning your control with your right foot.
Right. He's talking about, go like skid the rear brake and feel what that's doing and, pick up the control you can do with that.
Yeah.
Where a lot of other, when you talk to motorcycle learning or motorcycle coaching, it's like, be careful what you do with the rear brake because you can skid out and you can high side and, bad things can happen.
Yeah.
But he's talking about, take it to a different level. It's like, bad things can happen, but anticipate that and learn how to work with it.
Right. Yeah. Like his idea of kind of like intentionally getting the bike's wheels out of alignment a tiny bit and then kind of like letting the rear wheel like snap back in.
Yeah.
It was almost like, like start really small so that you get to learn where that like zone is where you're still okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Where you got your traction and like put like a degree or two of lean into it, and learn how you can make the bike move.
Yeah.
And that dude was amazing when he was on a bike.
Yeah, when he would like take the bikes out for like the bike that you and I were on. So he has two speed triples. There was a glossy black one and a matte black one. So we just called them the matte black, or the matte one and the
matte
glossy
and the glossy, yeah, they both had a device.
Yeah, so the matte one, they're different years, and the matte one liked to run hotter.
Very
and
hot.
He would he said he thought he heard like some clutch slipping at one point, so he would like take the bike out every so often like and check it out to make sure everything was working properly. And every time he would come back, he would do some like stunt on the way back down the track.
Like very casually do a stunt.
Yeah, I mean, just like hop up on the tank, you know.
Yeah, stand up on the bike. He would do just burnouts. Well, he changed the wheel at one point. He was just doing burnouts around the lot to,
Just
I
for
guess,
fun,
scrub it in. I don't know.
It was,
His control of a motorcycle was amazing.
Yeah, he was really good, and he was really encouraging. Like his whole like shtick with the. I heard him talking to one of the other guys in the class. I think while you were out. It was like right at the end of the day, and the guy was talking about maybe going out for one more run because there was just enough time for him to get one more. It was a guy that had like the Eastern European accent.
Oh yeah, the one I was like paired up with most of the day.
Yeah. So he said, you know, I was thinking about maybe going for another run, and then the instructor was like, well, you know, I think that it's best to leave on like a good run, like a good performance, if you will. Like, so, you know, if you think you didn't do as well as you could on the last run, then yeah, go out for another run for sure. If you think that was a really good run and you might be kind of tired now and you might like do something less good than that, then maybe you shouldn't go. Cause you know, he's like, I don't want you to like the last thing to be some sort of like bad habit that you pick up in the very last minute. And I like the way because that device allows for like fine tuning how far it'll let you go up.
He had like 20 levels of angle he can do.
Yeah. And one of the things I noticed, so right before, you know, before you take off, they would check over like all the hard points on the bike every single time.
Yeah.
Like you'd get out there, and because the bikes had a crash cage on them, he would check the operation of the wheelie bar device to make sure that it was functioning properly. And then like all the front end like fork mounts and everything, he's like shaking and like,
yeah, he's just giving it a little touch
to make sure that everything's still
and he was
solid.
Super familiar with all the noises coming from the bike. He could just like tell as someone's going down the speedway, you know, when they hit the device, if they're braking too hard. He was making all these observations as people were going back and forth.
Yeah,
he was just like so in tune with those bikes.
Extremely proficient. And I liked his focus was on like consistency. Like if he didn't want us to like get out and just like pop this giant fat wheelie and ride it the whole way down the track.
Yep.
You know, he wanted to like set the level low at first and then kind of like, okay, can you consistently be smooth within this, you know, these restraints or constraints? And then, okay, cool, I'll give you a little more. And then once you know, show that you're still maintaining all of the right, you know, you're not leaning over and kind of like wobbling back and forth.
Yeah, the oscillation and the wobble was like the big thing he was warning us against.
Yeah, because it was like the most dangerous thing.
Yeah, he didn't have anything to protect us from that.
No, it's just you. So yeah, that once, you know, and so he would, you know, you'd do a couple laps, he'd turn your thing up, you do a couple more laps.
Or in Crash's case, he'd do one lap and he would turn his thing up, and he'd do another lap and he'd turn it up again.
It was weird. Like, so
I'd do a lap, he'd turn it down.
The first round, I felt really good. The first time. So I guess to explain how it worked, there were two bikes, and there were
about 7 people.
Yeah, one guy had to leave early because something crazy happened. One guy didn't show up. The classes are usually 8. Yeah, so we ended up at 6. So 3 people on each bike. You know, just rotating like round robin.
Yeah, 10 to 12 minutes each time.
Yeah. So, which was like a perfect amount of time because doing wheelies that much is tiring.
Yeah.
And
it started to hurt.
By the end of like 10 or 12 minutes, you're like, okay, man, you're starting to get sloppy. You're not, you know, your brain isn't all there. And so like swapping out.
I don't want to wheelie anymore, Daddy.
Right? Like, oh, can I sit down now?
And then like.
Yeah.
Later on in the afternoon, our third guy decided he was done.
Yeah,
so it was just me and you going constantly.
Yeah, back and forth. So there's even less break.
Yeah.
But so the first run I felt really good about. The second round I got out on the bike, my first few, it was like I was going too hard, like, and it was like I got worse for the second time around until I kind of like settled back in. And then after lunch, it was like I forgot what we were doing altogether. Like the first run after lunch, I was like, wait, how do I get this thing to wheelie again? The instructor, Brian, said that it's kind of like a song. You have to memorize all the words to the song.
Yep.
And after lunch, I think I was the first one or the second person after lunch in our group. And I went out there and after my first lap down the track and I came back, I was like, dude, I completely forgot the words to this song. Like, what am I doing again? It's okay, roll on, cut the throttle, but like the whole like rhythm, I was just completely out.
Yeah, chop.
Yeah, he usually was like chop and then hit. Like,
chop, hit.
And there's like a certain amount of like wait time between when you chop the throttle off and then
chop
when you hit
and hit.
Yeah,
chop
basically.
and hit. Chop. I was like yelling that in my helmet.
Yeah. Some like towards the end of the day, yours were starting to get really clean. Like I remember, like, because we were sitting there, everybody's watching whoever's out there on the track, and so we're sitting there and like we would see you kind of like there wasn't enough delay between cutting the throttle and hitting it back on, like at first, and then like right towards your last couple runs out there were like really like, okay, he's got it, like you could really see like that rhythm had developed.
Yeah, because I was just like doing constant, because we were trying to get a picture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to get a picture.
Very end
and
of the day.
I could hit my wheelie everywhere except in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So I just started doing like tighter and tighter circles instead of going the whole length of the track, just to try to do a wheelie in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And it got so mechanical. I was just like, oh fuck. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing those pictures. He said he's going to send them out like sometime this week.
Yeah, because he didn't want us taking our own pictures because he was very guarded about the device. Like he said, he was like very paranoid about people copying what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, even to the point that like we want to have him on our shows. Like we both want to have him on our respective podcasts, and he's really kind of cagey about like whether or not
about publicity.
He'd be okay with that. Yeah. Because he made the point like he doesn't have a hard time filling classes.
Right.
He's not trying to grow the business.
This is his full-time gig.
Yeah.
This is what he does.
And he doesn't. He said to us that he kind of like he likes that it was slightly difficult for us to find him.
Yeah.
That we had to put in some work because he doesn't want those like dude bros.
Right. He doesn't want
up.
people just showing up. Hey, I want to do wheelies on the street.
Yeah.
Like our class, so we had like a couple people in their 30s, a couple people in their 40s, and a couple people in their 50s.
Yeah.
There wasn't any dude bro. So the cost is kind of, I think the cost is kind of self-filtering in a way.
Yeah, that too.
And just the difficulty. And their webpage is crappy.
Yeah, their webpage is crap. Like things that look like links aren't links.
Or aren't explained the way it says it would.
Yeah, it
is kind of a challenge to find it and then get enrolled, and you gotta really want to do it.
But it was totally worth it.
Oh, it was so worth it.
Like, I don't know if, like, honestly, I don't know if he's going to want us to put a link to the course anywhere.
I'm not sure how much publicity. It's not hard to find.
No, but basically, like, you guys who have been listening have all the information you need. It's a school, and it's in. There's only one. Like, if you go look for it, you'll find it.
The name of the place is, and it was like $500.
Yeah, I think it was like $5 or $5.50, something like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I said, worth it. Totally worth it.
It was. I understand why that guy. One guy's been there 3 times.
Yeah, that guy. He's like 3 times in the last like 6 months.
Yeah.
He was trying to like get to he had like a specific goal in mind.
Yeah, he kept saying that. Like I remember him asking Brian, like, so am I there yet?
Yeah.
And Brian's like, well, it depends what you mean by there.
Yeah.
I don't know what his goal was. His wheelies looked really nice.
They did, yeah. The class, I liked that it started out with, he had like a classroom time basically where we're all sitting around under these little pop-up shade things, and
he was teaching.
Yeah. He had a very clear message he was trying to get across. He did a good job doing that.
Yeah.
We all had a really good time. No one got hurt.
Well, except for all the sore muscles.
All the sore muscles. Like I have, there's definitely a danger when you come down, if you come down hard, of like racking your nuts on the tank.
Yep.
And I did
that once.
Yeah, I got real close. I have sore spots on my inner thighs from squeezing the tank for for dear life as I came down, because I could feel like this one's going to be hard, and I was like just clamped down on the tank.
I think I was using my arm and upper body to like just hold me, so I wasn't racking as hard as I could be.
Yeah, I don't know if I have like some old shoulder injuries or something, like, because I've.
Oh yeah, that was like hurting you every time.
Mm-hmm, yeah, both my shoulders. My right shoulder actually started to hurt on the first run, and I was kind of like, oh crap, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this all day. Yeah. And then my right shoulder was fine. Like, it doesn't hurt at all now. Ow. As I slam my elbow into a chair. But like, it doesn't hurt. I can move it around just fine. My left shoulder got progressively worse and still has a little bit of pain. I don't know if I have like screwed up rotator cuffs or something.
Yeah.
I've crashed a lot skiing.
Okay.
And I think that might have
because I've got screwed up shoulders.
Messed up my shoulders, yeah.
But mine didn't hurt at all. Mine's all like my upper back.
Yeah.
Scapula and my calves.
Yeah.
My wrists.
Yeah, my hands, like the muscles in my hands are sore. Like if I grip, because we were, that it's crazy how much force you're like slamming down into your hands.
Yeah. And I don't think my big problem. I think one of my huge problems was I wasn't as abrupt in all the motions that I needed to be with the chop.
Yeah.
With the roll, and the hit and stuff. I think I was still had my like old motorcycle habits of like.
Yeah, because you want to be like smooth and controlled.
Yeah,
and for the wheelie, to get the front wheel up, you need to be like forceful.
Right, but you have to be smooth and controlled so that the wheel just kind of floats up, doesn't just jerk you straight up.
Yeah, I had that. The second run, I was having a decent, like the few times I was having a hard time not just slamming the front wheel up.
Yeah.
The one of the other guys, Andy, the guy that had done it a few times, was like. He's like, yeah, we've all died several times today and been saved by the device. Yeah, like basically, he's like, this is like a video game. Like we've all died many times today.
We've all been thrown off the bike.
Yeah, and there was one time that we watched you like really just the front wheel just like shot up into the sky, and we were like, yep, Chuck just died.
Yeah.
It's like he died just now.
It was fun though.
It was really fun.
It felt really good when you got the wheel up in the air and you were like staring at the wheel straight ahead of you. It felt really good.
Yeah, I had a few really good ones where I got the wheel up and then was able to ride it out like until I hit the rev limiter.
That's what I had. I couldn't carry a wheelie.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did you do that?
It was all just like, because the matter of like, it was like the slower you got, like the slower you were going when you got the front wheel up.
Yeah.
The more likely you could like hold it out.
Okay.
Because the just like the timing of like, okay, the wheel's off the ground and then you still have some revs to go.
Yeah.
Before you either hit the device or, like the device brings you back down, or before you run out of.
I would hit the device real fast when I got up, and it would just bring me back down. I'd be like, "Fuck!" There was a few where I would get the wheelie. It felt like I got a small wheelie, like really barely off the ground, and I could carry that for a long time.
Yeah, I had a few like that too, where the front wheel wasn't very high, but it was.
You just felt like you were floating it, and that felt good.
Yeah. It was really fun.
So you're gonna go do a wheelie on the Super Duke?
Yes. I just realized, I was like, wait, I'm nodding my head.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't want anyone to know that you were saying yes to that.
Yeah, I think
I'm not a hooligan at all.
I think I probably will. I'll probably take the bags off, and I have to turn traction control off to do it, and I'm going to be really careful. Like, they're going to be itty bitty little wheelies probably, but I'll probably try it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know how to do itty bitty wheelies. I don't think we know how to do a wheelie that isn't just gonna flip you over.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna start small. Though.
We know enough to do a consistent little wheelie.
Yeah, I think so. And the other thing is, like we run speed triples, and they have a specific weight distribution and power delivery and wheelbase and all that.
Nice short wheelbase.
Yeah. So the Super Duke, the GT, I'm pretty sure is a longer wheelbase and like different power delivery. So I'll have to find those kind of like sweet spots because like with the speed triples, the instructor could tell us if you are between this RPM and this RPM, and you do the motions, wheel comes up. Period. And I don't know exactly where that sweet spot is on the Super Duke.
Yeah. And even then, you could tell he dialed the bike in to be easy. The tanks were almost empty.
Yeah.
After they put gas in the glossy bike, the guys coming off of that were complaining about it. It's much heavier now. It's harder to get it up.
Yeah. He was running race tires, so they were super sticky, but then he had low pressure, so you had like a nice flat spot to kind of set in when the wheel came up, so you wouldn't wobble too much.
Yep.
So really,
I think I'll borrow Todd's Vespa and try to wheelie that.
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
That's safe.
Not my bike.
No, just do it on Todd's.
I'd do it on his Strom, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have one.
No. Not anymore. He has parts of a Strom.
The Bandit would be super cool if it wasn't bolted up to the sidecar.
Yeah.
I probably would try it on the Busa once it gets warm, but I'm scared.
Yeah, that's a lot of bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, your Busa and my KTM are both very powerful and slightly scary in that regard.
Yeah. I'll do it on the GS.
Yeah.
That thing's already banged up.
Yeah.
So you thought it was worthwhile?
Yeah, I definitely do. I thought it was worth going to.
I thought it was, super worth going to. I would like to go back. Mm-hmm. And he has stickers for what looked like another school.
Yeah.
But I forgot to ask him about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get him on at least one of our shows.
Yeah, I mean, even
Preferably
just to talk.
mine. Because fuck you, that's why.
That's okay. Even just to talk about his experience and kind of how he got to doing.
Yeah, because his story sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
And
he was just kind of like a parts kid in a motorcycle shop, and
he became like a pro stunter. Mm-hmm. The comfort he had on a bike was just amazing.
Yeah.
He had that scary magic kind of comfort that you see stunters have.
Yeah.
And he was jumping on 2 different bikes. Mm-hmm. That didn't seem all that magical when I sat on them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the friggin', I used to have one of those, and there's nothing, there's no rider aids. There's nothing helping that bike. It's just all raw, horsepower and there's nothing is going to keep you from killing yourself except you.
And he moved that bike around like it weighed as much as tissue.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really impressive to see him on that thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for going to the wheelie school with me.
Yeah, that was fun. We should do something like that again. And,
yeah, totally.
I think there were some other schools we were talking about during the wheelie school.
Dirt. Yeah. Thanks for letting me crash in your house.
Yeah, no problem.
It's
Anytime.
very nice here. It smells very manly.
Yeah, my roommate does this weird. I don't know what he's doing.
I'm sure it's your roommate. Yeah, it's not you at all. It's not like you have a bottle of Axe body wash in your shower.
Yep, totally do. Yep, that's his thing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It sounded fun, actually.
It was fun as shit.
Both of you guys were pretty enthused about it.
It was totally not what I expected.
Yeah, I was expecting, you would come back and be like, "Yo, bro, I got flip flops and tank tops."
That's what I expected going there, because their website is really
Flip flop and tank top,
nondescript.
Mm-hmm.
It's not broy at all. It's just very basic.
You guys were talking about that. It's clearly kind of a niche deal that he's doing, and
it's so basic, and he's very, very guarded about it.
It's kind of like wait a minute, did you not just go to wheelie school? You went to secret wheelie school.
Very secret wheelie school.
Secret wheelie school
with the secret device.
Hey everybody, I heard you like wheelies. It would be a shame if something Chuck has just ruined wheelies. I didn't know that was a thing. No bikes can wheelie anymore. What's going on?
Damn it, Chuck.
What happened?
It was so weird because the weirdest thing was when we pulled up and we saw the dude in the wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah, that can't be.
We're just like, oh
shit.
And
And then, Crash fell in love with the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there was a point where I just started taking pictures because I want to document it for the show. And he looks at me, he's like, whoa, I got to stop you, man. I got to ask you not to take any pictures, especially of the bikes.
Ooh.
And I was like, why? He's like, this is what I do. This is my job.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want anyone to copy this. I put a lot of time and effort and work into making this device, inventing this device.
The wheelie thingy.
Right.
Okay.
He's like, it's not a wheelie bar.
Right. It's other.
It's other. It's more complicated. And it really did its job.
Okay.
Every single time. It was pretty cool. But and it is the backbone of his whole
is
experience.
That you can learn to wheelie without having to worry about it just like chucking you.
Right. And it's adjustable, it responds, it has, an electronic component, has a mechanical backup.
Wild.
It's and he was just like very, very protective of it.
No, that's fair. I mean, if it's his livelihood, it's his livelihood, right?
Exactly.
Well, I hope we can get him on the show. So I got to ask, are you gonna wheelie your own bikes? Have you already done it?
I haven't. I think I will try to do little wheelies with the Busa.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, by the way, that any attempt to wheelie my Vespa is going to be met with unpleasant results, which is that it just won't.
Well, I've got the timing and everything down because I was screaming it in my helmet as I was doing it.
Yeah, and he was teaching you guys to do power wheelies, basically, right?
Yeah,
not like use the clutch wheelies.
Right, not because he talked about doing clutch wheelies. And he's like, that introduces a lot more variables. That was the thing about this class is he was very technical, and the dude's amazing on a motorcycle.
Yeah,
scary amazing. And he was talking about clutch wheelies because we had a dude in the class. It was his third time through.
Sure,
and he was starting to get to the point where he was going to do clutch wheelies.
Sure,
and he. According to an instructor, he just introduces a lot more variables.
Right.
But the concepts are pretty much the same.
Sure, it's about finding the balance and controlling it with the rear brake and all that good stuff.
Right. The wheelies he was just teaching us was, you get up to, on the street triple, it was like 3,500 RPM. Chop the throttle.
Get in your torque band.
Bam.
Bounce the front end. Hit it. Yep.
Yep.
That was pretty much the way to get the Strom to do them.
Yeah. And it was, like, habit-wise, it was a lot to unlearn. Because I'm so used to being controlled and gentle. But you still have to be smooth.
Right. You have to be smooth, but you're nailing it smooth.
Yeah. It was a really interesting experience. Cool. And the dude was just, very technical, very much along the ideas of, I want you to get feeling on the bike, to get in touch with the bike. And the wheelie is another way to do that. This isn't about being, Billy.
Right. Become one with the bike, but not the front wheel. Fuck that wheel. We don't need it.
And then he would be like, yeah, become one with the bike. And then he's doing like a stand-up run down the track. There was like a point where I turned around and he's coming back down the track and he's standing on the bike and there's like someone on the back. Or I turn around and he's like doing burnouts.
Oh, man.
He's clearly a very skilled stunter.
Yeah. Yeah, to him, it's just an extension of his body kind of thing.
It is a scary extension of his body. You've seen stunters. He's exactly like that.
Yeah, I've seen stunters. I've seen there's a couple of there's at least one person that I teach with who he was a motorcycle cop, and he shows up. We're all on like smaller bikes, generally speaking. He shows up on this fucking giant geezer glide to one of these ultimate bike bonding things we go to.
Yeah, and
he just rides that thing like it weighs a pound.
See, that ultimate bike binding thing is what kept occurring to me while I was doing the wheelie class.
Well, here's the funny thing. Did I tell you what happened? Is we got there and there was an extra spot, and they're like, "Where the fuck is Chuck?" I'm like, "I didn't know I could invite him. I wanted to." I thought this was for instructors.
I thought this was for cool people.
This was for the rad folks, not that guy.
I mean, he's not white, right?
That's not a problem in our group. We have a highly diverse group of jackasses.
Sarah's like, yeah, I know he's not white. I need some gardening done. So can you call him?
It's kind of funny, actually. The Utah Rider Ed collection of coaches is the only thing that the coaches seem to all have in common is we're all jackasses and we love motorcycles. Other than that, it is the most weird group of people I have ever worked with.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I can't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Oh, this is how it is. I can't tell you about wheelie school, but you should really go to wheelie school.
Okay. I imagine that conversation with my wife. Honey, I'd like to go to wheelie school. Pregnant pause.
Everyone should really go to wheelie school, but I can't tell you about wheelie school.
No, we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about wheelie school.
Hey, Chuck, you just ruined wheelie school. Chuck, you ruin everything.
A giant spring pops out.
No,
I'm ruined. No. Why, Chuck? Why?
So one listener sent us a quick critique of our Suzuki interview. He said he kept hearing a weird noise, and it turned out that the weird noise was actually when they were when he was talking about how the exciting thing about the SV was that it was a cafe racer, and he heard this weird noise. It sounded like yeah, and so he finally figured out what it was. It was me rolling my eyes so hard you could hear it, which I think is completely unrealistic because when I roll my eyes, it doesn't sound like anything.
Why did it do that?
Do what? All they did was this.
Why is that happening?
Well,
you should see a doctor.
No, it's just there's no actual noise to me rolling my eyes. Look, say something that would make me roll my eyes.
Harleys are really cool.
See, nothing.
I'm a little concerned. I think you should make an appointment with your optometrist.
It's fine.
Do you use eye drops, moistening drops?
Not usually. They're a little dry today. It's no big deal.
Because that's not healthy. That's not right. BMWs are a great economical option as a touring bike. You sure you don't feel that?
Nah, it is. It's a little itchy on some level. I don't know what's going on there. Definitely itchy in the eyes area. Maybe I'll try some drops later.
Everyone should be driving SUVs.
I do have one upstairs.
And yet.
Meanwhile,
do you see anything weird when it does that?
No. A little bit. Meanwhile, in the world of totally realistic questions from listeners, does Crazy Town accept raccoon pelts as payment for greasy bolts? Jonathan.
Yes.
Wes writes,
literally laughing myself to death.
R.I.P. Wes. His show was pretty good. We'll miss him.
Finally queued up episode 209 because I have to write a bunch of boring-ass reports.
Wes's boss, cover your ears. Earmuffs.
Listening to you two is the only thing keeping me from insanity while I'm doing it. From the opening voicemail, you have the $6 million, right? LOL. Podcast dollars. To the goodbye. Great episode. I love the attack interview format a lot. It suits you guys to a T. I don't think I could pull it off, but y'all nail it.
In fairness, Chuck can't by himself.
I'm not really an attack person, no, unless it's something that makes my eyes roll. P.S. I found both Wheelnerd stickers you tagged me with.
4 days later.
I tagged quite a few people with those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's nicely done. Yeah. Strong showing.
Thank you.
Strong showing across the board.
Yeah. My greatest regret is I never tagged Eric Buell.
Yeah. I feel like there was an opportunity there.
Missed opportunity. I was too busy hugging.
Yeah. Well, you were too busy just being super excited
and tear gassing,
ruining,
getting maced,
and ruining things.
But do you see the weird thing that's going on with that?
Yeah. The liquidation company has like a couple of the guys from the factory, and they're like, we'll sell some parts and things. I think what it is, liquidation company has some bits left, and they need to sell other bits to sell those bits.
Yeah.
And they're trying to they've sat down and they've done the math. They're like, okay, if we do this and this, then we'll get a little more gone.
That's all I can think of.
Because the stuff that's sitting there that nobody's buying is useless to them.
Yep.
That's just literally just stuff that they have to find a place to put.
They're claiming they've had to go out and buy new stuff to because they want to build bikes again as a boutique builder.
Yeah.
Right? And the really fishy thing about it is the press release they sent out didn't mention Eric.
No, it's conspicuous lack of Eric Buell.
Yeah. So
there's a smell.
There is something weird.
I'm not buying it. They're trying to unload the last little bit is what's going on.
That's what I think is realistically happening.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
half of an 1190 sitting in a warehouse is making them $0.
Yeah.
And it's probably costing them money.
So might as well try to build a bike out of it.
Try to get the other half and get rid of something.
But then they have to like warranty it and
I don't know, man.
It seems weird.
It feels like what they're actually doing is they're trying to turn up the hype factory a little to move a couple more things.
I guess.
Like they'll turn up the hype factory to be like, we decided it wasn't going to make it.
It just, I mean, at this point, it just feels like that dead horse. It's just
just enough.
Already. I feel like they're gonna release a video of Eric clearly not being held hostage and being forced to read a card about how great the new EBR bikes are.
He'll have both of his middle fingers extended as he reads it.
He's going to be blinking in Morse code. Yeah. Help me.
Send Wheelnerds.
Not Chuck.
So what have you learned this week, Chuck?
I ruin things.
You ruin everything.
The show's still going.
That's true.
Yeah.
Against all odds. Well, we're going to take a breather for the Christmas season, as you can imagine.
Oh, I know what I'm doing for New Year's.
What's that?
I'm going to be in fucking Japan.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I'm leaving the 28th. I'm going to be out of the country. Fuck you bitches.
Well, that's all we got time for this week. Until next time, I'm Todd.
There won't be a war with North Korea while I'm there.
It's a nice Korean peninsula you got there.
Or China. Or anything bad will happen.
That's all we got time for this week. Until next time, I'm Todd.
Why am I so bad at things? Don't understand.
Well, ride safe, everyone.
Fuck. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
We'll see you next year.
I'm going to buy your bike.
You can contact us at wheelnerds@gmail.com or leave us a message at area code 801-917-4136.
Record an intro for our show of you and your bike, and maybe it'll be on a future show.
Stickers and other merchandise is available at our website, www.wheelnerds.com.
If you use iTunes or Stitcher, please leave a review for us. Hell, write our URL on bathroom walls if it helps.
If you like this podcast, you can find more like it at wheelnerds.com. This has been a Wheelnerds production, all rights reserved. Readings from other sources are the property of their respective owners and are used with satirical intent.
Look, computers are hard, okay?
Selling a super bike. Wait, hold on. So many burps.